Hey guys, and welcome back to this week's video. So I've mentioned a few times since I started to starting up projects that I keep seeing in different things I'm reading, like the book, The 4-Hour Work Week, a guy I follow called Till Boadella. I keep seeing the importance in creating sort of long-term goals and making a life plan for yourself. So over the last few weeks, I've been sitting down and making my own personal development plan, and I'm going to share it with you today. So I'll start off by talking about what a personal development plan is and why you need it. So the theory is to avoid ending up, in 10, 20 years time in a how did I get here situation. The theory is that if you put a plan together stating where you want to be, in the next 2, 4, 5, 10 years, and you really sit down and drill down and think about what's important to you and what you want to achieve, you're more likely to achieve it. So a personal development plan makes you think about what you want, why you want it, and how you plan on getting there. So over the last 2 weeks, I've been making my personal development plan in Excel. And if you take a look at mine, you can see that I've got 9 main columns, each with a different goal on there that I hope to achieve in the next 5 years. And across those 5 columns, I've set out sort of where I want to be at different points in time. So I've broken mine down to 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 year, and 5 years from now. And I've really gone into detail for each goal of exactly where I want to be at that point in time. So the reason the goals inside your personal development plan are broken down by date time frames is there's a theory which Tim Ferriss talks about in the 4-Hour Work Week, and it's been scientifically proven and researched that if you give yourself a specific deadline, like a time that you want to achieve a goal by, you're far more likely to achieve it rather than if you just say, I want to achieve this, but you don't give yourself any solid commitment of when it's going to be done by. So as I mentioned, my personal development plan is broken down into 9 specific areas, personal to me, that I want to achieve progress in over the next 5 years. Now your plan can include 9, it can include more or less areas that you want to focus on. It's completely down to you, but that's what I've just decided on for myself that is important to me at this point in time. So for each of your interest areas that you've included in your personal development plan, you're going to want to write down a specific goal that you want to achieve for that area over the next 5 years. So when looking at my business plans, for instance, I've set myself the goal that I want to go away and become aware of how different types of business run and operate, and decide the type of business that I want to set up for myself. And then when I've decided on that type of business, I want to go away and make a multimedia company that I own and I run. When looking at my plans for the Starting Up channel, eventually I want to build my online presence, learn and teach useful skills, and create online incomes from online projects that I make coming out of this channel. And the third goal I'm going to talk about is personal finance. So for me, with personal finance, eventually I want to develop my personal finance education and also improve my level of wealth. So that's how it works. For each interest area, you set yourself a general goal that you want to achieve for that interest area. And that makes it more easy to go away, break it down into time-specific goals, and really focus on what you're going to achieve for that interest area. But it doesn't finish there. You've got your list of areas that you're interested in, and you've written down the goals that you want to achieve for each area. But it's also useful for thinking, why do I want to achieve this? Have I just written these goals down because I had a mind dump and I wrote down all of these things onto paper? Do I actually want to achieve this or not? So I found it really useful to take each interest area, after you've got the goal for that interest, then to go on and think, what's the purpose of this? Why am I trying to achieve this? So if we drill down into my interest in personal finance, we've got the goal. I want to develop my personal finance education and eventually become wealthy or wealthier than I am now. But why do I want to achieve that? And so I've attached a purpose to personal finance, and the purpose of personal finance is that I want to release myself from financial struggle and increase the chance of a life of prosperity. So I'm just trying to stress the importance of really thinking about why you've got each goal on your personal development plan. And that's pretty much the bulk of the work. I've made a template personally in Excel, which I'll put available on the Starting Up channel for you guys to download and use as your template. But once you've got your main overall goals written down and you know why they're on the list and you're sure that you want them to be there, the next step is to break it down over the next 5 years and what you're going to do to get to that point. And once you've got that, you move on to the next tab, which is a more detailed breakdown for each point in time. So if you're looking at the example I've got up on screen now, I've got the detailed tab open, I'm on the personal finance goal, and you can see I've got the goal on the left-hand side, the times running across the screen, so 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 year, 5 years. And on the very top row, just underneath the dates, I've got the overarching goal for that point in time that were on the previous screen. But underneath that, I've broken it down into more detail. So this is the point where you think, what exactly do I need to have done to be able to achieve that goal at the top of the screen by that point in time? So you can think about the new skills you need to develop to achieve that, who can help you achieve it, and also, is there anything you need to stop to be able to get to that achievement at that point in time? That's pretty much it. I found this really easy to put together over the last couple of weeks, but also really useful. Like, it's really made me think about, what do I want to achieve and why am I striving towards that? Like, is it actually important? Does it need to be like on my radar, or should I just drop it and really focus on what's important? So as I mentioned before, I'm going to put the template on my website. I'll put a link down in the description so you can download the template for yourself and fill it in. Like, this is the way I've arranged it that I found, the most easy to follow and the most useful way of putting the information out in front of you and just having it broken down and easy to see where you need to be at each point in time. So that's going to be on the Starting Up blog. If you've got any questions or any suggestions on how I can improve my template or anything I've not thought about, make sure to write a comment in the comments section below. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, Starting Up, I release a video every Thursday where I'm exploring modern opportunities and trying to pick up and learn new tricks and new skills with an end goal of like designing a modern lifestyle that I'm happy with and achieving a modern version of success, I guess. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, you think you can find what I'm learning, what I'm sharing useful, and also you can learn from the mistakes I make so you don't make them yourself, make sure to subscribe to the channel. As I said before, I release a video every Thursday. I've just broken my 100 subscriber count, so that's like, yes, I'm really happy about that. It's all good, the channel's going well. I've got about 90 videos up at the moment, and like I said, they'll be coming every Thursday, so make sure to keep an eye out for more. But to finish the video off, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and make sure to keep an eye out for the next video coming out next Thursday. See you then.